Right. You know, I should be live. Should be. Should be. Oh, I don't even know how to mute like a. Okay, mute tab. Oh, that makes sense. Right. Before I even set up shop, I need to like. I should really just set up shop. Must we have a new angle now? But I'm just checking my stream. Really, I need to check. Um, like chat, a chat. I need to check a chat. Like, and hang on, does that like over? No, okay, okay. I need to. Can someone tell me if like the? Okay, no, it's not. I was just checking if the stream quality was like a bit cooked, but it isn't. Okay, okay. Well, that's good to know. Um, and now I need to check. Check. I need to post that I'm live, so you know everyone knows I'm live who isn't here because it's been a while. You know, I kind of did need a bit of a whatchamacallit schedule. I needed a schedule. I'm gonna put some music on in a sec. But yeah, I added like a kind of like a nice gradient to the side. You can kind of see it. Like I don't even know if I'm pointing on the right side or the side. I don't know, man. But yeah. Um, Jesus. I'm just gonna make a post first, just saying I'm live, and then we'll get into it. I'll put some nice music on, and we can chill. Blender when? I'm always on Blender. This is like the one stream I'm not on Blender. Usually I'm on Blender. Like a lot of the time, I am on Blender. Um, if you look at like previous streams, I'm on Blender the entire time. I'm gonna try. You know what? I'm gonna try and do a quite a long stream. Because I don't often do like long streams. They usually like I think the longest stream was like 3 hours. It's just like trying to find stuff to do on the stream. Because usually like if an animation bores me, it's a little bit downhill from there. So hold on. Right, we're almost done. We're almost done. Okay, now I've posted. There we go. Okay, now I can finally play music. And you know what I need to figure out how to do? I need to figure out how to do like a live chat. You know, like on the. You know, I actually should be testing audio. Let me just mute the my desktop. Me Jesus, the desktop sound. Let me just test this a sec. Okay, okay, it's not bad. Okay, the you know the audio ain't bad. The audio ain't bad. I'm pretty happy with this mic. I had to like do some stuff to it to get it to sound this way because this is like a. I don't even. Oh, it is picking it up. I didn't even know that did that. Because on Discord, I've just got to use like the, you know, the built-in settings. It's kind of annoying. But yeah, yeah. Maya is it is yeah. That's I'm trying to get used to it. I'm trying to do more animations on there. No, please tell me if this is loud or not. You know what? I can just like lower it down a few decibels. Right. Okay. I just need to pop this live chat out so I can put it on. Well, next to OBS. Okay, here we go. Okay, we're in Maya today. For once, um, I don't have a plan, so we're just gonna go along with it. We have this rig that's made by a friend of mine. His name is Zinto. He's really nice. He made this rig. The model's by AgroFro. He's been in the He's been in the lives a few times. If you go back in previous streams, you'll kind of see him in the live chats. He's a really nice guy. Yeah, a lot of the time they do. I've never really seen them use Blender. I think the only time I've ever seen them like use Blender for stuff is kind of like Previs and like Spider Verse once with the like the brush tool thing that like the grease pencil. I think that's what they used for Spider Verse. Right, we wanna. Yeah, this is what we want. Jesus, what the hell? Oh, oh, I think I need to update drivers. Oh my god. Oh, that's not nice. That is not good. Oh no. Can I make my own brand new day movie? That'd take way too long. That would take so long to make, especially in like 3D. Right, let me just get a cam. I forget what this cam's called. I'm just gonna. I guess. You know what? There's no problem with using a soft cam. No problem with it. Just need to find it first. Right, that should be coming in. No. How do you make the model with less quality in the viewport? Okay, so this is called a proxy mesh, and all that is like a low density version of the high poly mesh that's like rendered out. So this is never rendered. It's mainly used for like the anim. It's basically when an animator's like doing the animations, it's mainly for performance purposes. So they can hopefully get a better playback speed, so they get they can see the animation better. Right, we're gonna switch this to the camera. Okay, that's nice. And then for this, we're just gonna turn off the NURB curves. Scale this up a bit. I'm just trying to think of a cool thing I can animate today. Why am I wearing a hat? Maybe I just have messy hair. Yeah, I would assume like in the industry you would like utilize Blender maybe for like stuff like not like obviously not final stuff, but kind of like um like the pre visualizations of stuff and that kind of thing, or like um just the the early development stages of stuff. Because it's I wouldn't say it's difficult. If anything, Maya's a lot more difficult, but again, that's like coming from someone who came from Blender. So, oh, is this an IK? Is this an IK? Is this IK? It looks it. It is. Yes, it is. I animate both in Blender and Maya. Some I don't really stream Maya a lot because I take a lot more time in Maya to animate stuff because I'm more learning this than I am Blender because I started in Blender. So like learning this is gonna take me a little bit more. So like bear with me for the Maya streams because I'm gonna be learning along the way. Oh yeah, this is what we want to see. That's nice. I like that. Yes. If I was offered a visual effects contract for Brand New Day, would I take it? I'd be surprised at anyone who wouldn't take that opportunity. It is a big responsibility. It's you know, but it's also a big opportunity as well as a as well as a responsibility. So, you know, getting to work on like a big budget like movies like Spider-Man. Spider-Man. Yes. Yes, I would take that. That's like it's like the one film I would actually like jump at straight away. Right. So I'm just testing the deformations now. Purely just testing deformations. Now this is just a viewport. I think when I spoke to Zintor about this, he was like he doesn't know about the viewport version of this. Okay, this is previous render. it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Obviously, we do have like this, but that's fine. It's completely fine. I'm not gonna be okay. I'm not gonna be like judgmental over it. Like obviously for obvious reasons, I don't want to be like too judgmental. Because when it comes to rigs, sometimes I can be a little bit judgmental with the deformations. I'm kind of like a geek for deformations. I really appreciate them being good. You've got a friend who worked on it. You got a friend who worked on brand new. Okay, so ah I want to work on like the next one, like the next Spider-Man movie. I need the chance. I need this chance, bro. If Destin sees it, the director of Brand New Day, please just give me a chance, please. How do you make the web in Maya? Okay, the difference. Okay, the difference with making a web in Maya than in Blender. See, Blender, you got a lot of workarounds in Blender, whereas in Maya there's rigs. You know, there's a web rig made by like Keel Figgins. It's a really good web rig. I've used that in some of my previous animations in Maya when learning that. Go to Framestore. I've been declined from Framestore every single time I've applied. Every single time. It's just what do I need to do to like get this like their attention? Like I don't want to like spam it and just be like, hire me. I keep like, you know. But you know, it would be good. I would really like to work for like Framestore and stuff, or like ILM, that type of stuff. Like those big companies are really cool. Right. I want to start on Frame 1000. I want to get into the habit because frame 1000 is a good thing to do. So, you know, in the industry, when you've got like people who do like effect simulations, if you're on frame 1000, you don't have to add frames. You just have to go backwards. So it's helpful for them. But yeah. Honestly, um, it's really difficult to like. Well, I mean, from like my experience trying to apply to jobs, um, it's really difficult to actually try and find one, especially on like places like LinkedIn and stuff like that. Like, you get some really weird job offers on like those places, like some like completely irrelevant jobs too. Like honestly, right now I'm gonna try and think of like a animation I want to do. I think I might just try and do a swing or something. Also, I think the only thing that is wrong with this like this stream setup is that the stream is now over here. So I've got to like turn and look at this monitor, this other monitor. Um, the thing is, I don't really like. Obviously, I don't know where to look for these jobs. Like it's the one thing. Right. See, I don't know if I can say this, but it didn't. Well, I mean, I can. I don't know why I wouldn't be able to. Um. See, I wasn't told I can't say it because it didn't happen. So you get what I'm saying? Like it's kind of I don't want to like say something I can't say, but I made a friend in the industry, and they passed my reel along, and I almost got a job. I almost, almost. I don't know what the project was because it didn't get that far. But the one thing I didn't have was a work permit. I didn't have the visa to travel. So I was so down to go. It was in somewhere in Canada. It was Vancouver. I think it was Vancouver. Um, yeah, the downside was I had to be there already. Like they were like, "You here now?" I was like, "No." So I kind of fumbled the bag. Some may say I kind of, you know, bit of a big opportunity, but you know, I couldn't do anything about it. It's not like my fault. But you know, it happens. It happens. But I think that is the closest I've ever gotten to getting like an industry job. So blocking the okay. So when like blocking an environment and stuff. a lot of my stuff on like Instagram and stuff like that, I don't make the environments. A lot of the time, I give like a rough, like cubed block out of like like certain things, or if Spider-Man's like doing like a crazy parkour move or something, I'll try and ask the person who I'm collaborating with on that project for like a hero asset. So like the fingers don't like, go through the wall and like phase through and stuff like that. But when it comes to this like blocking out, like if it's a city, like I'll just like, since it's in a lot of the time it's in Blender, so I'm gonna use Blender terms for this. I'll like array like a ton of cubes and just like offset them every now and again. That's just to give the guy who's working on the environment kind of like the scale of what the city should be in terms of like Spider-Man swinging or something like that. It's just I kind of like, especially with cameras, because a lot of the cameras that I animate a lot of the cameras that um the scenes that I work on, the cameras are animated by me also a lot of the time. Sometimes they're kind of tweaked by the environment artist, in service of the environment itself. But like a lot of like the swinging scenes on Instagram and stuff, I do the cameras for those. But like specifically talking about the environment itself, I don't really do it. There's been like rare occasions where I have done an environment setup using like not very good models or assets. They're kind of like low poly. And I get them from like Sketchfab and stuff. And then the guy doing like the rendering and like he improves the materials and stuff. I think the most recent example is Diego Woods. I've been working with him really closely like these past few months. And what usually happens is the workflow with that is I will animate a scene, and it honestly will just look like this. Like the animation will be finished. It looks kind of like this with a few cubes for like tracking purposes, so you can see like the camera, like how the camera rotates and that kind of thing. Um, but if there's like an environment where Spider-Man's gonna have to like, you know, jump onto a wall or something along those lines, or like he's, doing like a cool move, I will make sure to have like the building to scale. Some like a lot of the time it's to scale, just to make sure that we get that like the arcs connecting the pendulums and whatever that kind of thing. But honestly, a lot of the time, um, that's how it looks for me. So honestly, if you want advice for environments on how to make them look good, um, I wouldn't be a guy because I don't work with the environments. I just make the setups. Um, I actually haven't been to a visual effects school. I'm in university right now, but they don't really specialize in animation. Like I'm kind of doing that like on my own terms. Um, I've been like mentored throughout my animation career from like people in the industry. Um, like right now, I work for like Saab Seta on certain projects. I've worked with him on like a few of the Marvel Rivals things that he's done. Um, but yeah, like I have actually never been to a visual effects school. Because where I'm currently located, there's not many. Like I've got to travel like quite a long time to get there, like quite a few hours. And yeah, I think I'm just trying to like if there's I know they do online courses. I know they do that, but I don't know which ones are like the best or like the most reliable. So um yeah, like any recommendations honestly like would mean the world. If it means like to improve the animation quality, because right now I'm kind of trying to make a new demo reel. Right. Let's have a look at this. Oh, that's cool. Also, I saw something about. Hold on, let me scroll back up a sec. I read something, but I didn't respond. Oh, did you know that Agro's Gumroad is down for a while? Agro, I think the whole thing got taken down because Gumroad started delivering like I can't remember the terminology for it, but it's kind of like they weren't allowed to distribute the assets. I think it's a license thing. Um, but yeah, I think those like I don't think that's coming back, unfortunately. Um, But I think Agro's got a new like shop somewhere, but I don't recall where specifically. Yeah. Um. You know, honestly, right now, like originally before I went into university, I did want to pursue like an animation course, but the one that was the nearest to me closed down because there was no one teaching that course anymore. Like I think the person left, so I kind of just had to like make that decision. So unfortunately, you kind of just gotta move on. But I'm trying every day to kind of like improve my animation skills and like try and get a job, try and get to that further step, that next stage. Right. The first thing is I need to figure out like I keep forgetting how like IK body works because I'm really used to FK bodies. Right. Let me just switch it to FK. Oh, we got some pectoral deformations. Oof. You know what? It's fine. We won't worry about that. No, no blender today. I wanted to kind of because I had a few people wanting to get into Maya, like see some Maya stuff. So today we're gonna be doing some Maya instead. Right. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to get like an asymmetrical pose going on here. Yeah, for the actual chat of the live streams, I actually do need to move it because I'd prefer going like like kind of like this, like looking kind of like to the top or something, rather than like having to completely swivel my. I actually can do this. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, that's better. Well, that was easy. Right. Okay. So right now, oh, hang on. What frame am I on? Hold on. Forget what's the like the. Okay. Forgetting like the. Right. I don't know what influences which. If this is okay, well, I haven't got like okay, it's fine. Don't listen to me. If I go here, let's just hope this rig doesn't die. Okay, it's fine. Because usually what I do is I add like a stack. Just probably not the best at a spammer. But we don't really need that because this one was nicely set up to have like some nice controllers. Although if you want to like separate the separate rotations and locations, it's probably best to add one. So just call one like torso like this, and then if you just want to like rescale it like this. So what all this is like each rotation is separate like this. So if I want to change the rotation, I can just go into that specific controller. Instead of like going to like a main controller and having to go through like the graph editor and like fix all of that, it's just got the separate like graphs all on one separate controller, which is really nice. So, and then we have this. Also, I was wondering, did any of you guys see the brand new day like TV spots that kind of released? There's some really good ones. I'm kind of looking forward to seeing the Hulk because it's been a while since we've seen like the Hulk like properly see like the Savage Hulk. It's been a while. Oh, the old Toby animations. I was actually watching Spider-Man 2 the other day and like Spider-Man 3, and some of the digi doubles for like Toby, they don't hold up as much, and it's really funny to look at sometimes. Um, Hold on, let me see if can I change the aspect ratio? No, it's a bit too much. No. Eh. Yeah, unfortunately, there's like not much I can do about the page being down because I got given the TASM 2 rig by Aggro himself, so it's out of my hands. I can't even say where to get it from. I don't know. So apologies about that. Whoop. I'm trying to make like a nice pose where like he looks kind of like curious. Right. See, I don't want these in the camera right here. I don't want this to overlap. See this thumb? Because I really don't want to lose the pose. Well, the silhouette really. I don't want to lose that in the other fingers. See, if this was a shadow, if this was silhouetted, I'd lose this hand. So this is nicer. Now we are gonna see. Can I? Yes, I can. That's nice. Also, about the old Toby CGI. Honestly, so some of its charm, some of the charm of that movie is the CGI though. But the first movie I think's got the nicest swinging out of the movies themselves. Like that you know when he becomes the Spider-Man for the first time after Uncle Ben and he chases the killer. It's that's so it looks so nice. But then he kind of just became like I don't know, like there wasn't much force into like the swings. You didn't really you kind of felt like floaty a lot of the time. But I guess you could kind of excuse it for being like fantastical. You know, like a good example is like if you compare like Toby's animation style and like the quality to like the Amazing Spider-Man, you can tell which one's like trying to be more grounded than the other ones, trying to be a lot more, you know, this is a superhero movie or like, you know, trying to make it like look like like you know, like it has you like in awe almost. Right. Now if I just like also there's one scene in the brand new day trailer. See, let me just see if I can actually get this up. Let me see if I can get the brand new day trailer up. There's see, I don't want to. I don't like to critique animations on like I don't know. Like you know, there's no harm really, is there? Right. There's an animation in the brand new day trailer that's always kind of stuck out to me. I don't think it's on the new one. No, it's on the first trailer. Right. Let me put this on screen in a second. Okay. Right. So you see this? We have this one. If we go to it's not this one. It's okay. It's this bit. It's this part right now. Right. If we go to this part right here, like that's fine. I think it's okay. This part right now. So you see this animation, like he does this. It's this. See that? I don't know. It just seems a bit strange. Like he's kind of changing like his center of gravity, while it's not really colliding with anything. Like the hand should have been placed first to bring the body like around this way, in my opinion, because you kind of just see like he just rotates right there, and this has not been updated either in any of the new media that's kind of came out. Also, the IK pop on the left, right there. Like usually it kind of like you try and ease that in. You wouldn't make it pop like kind of like this because now if you like watch it, it's like dink. You see what I mean? I get the premise of like the movie's trying to do, but I don't know. I wouldn't do it this way. You know, I would love to talk to someone who worked on this movie or any previous like Spider-Man films and like, get their like breakdown of like how they went through animating the shots because I feel like that would be cool for like a live stream or something. If like you got to actually speak to people who have the experience and stuff and like that kind of like, again, it's just experience and skill as well. And just get like, you know, their breakdown. But then again, like this just stands out to me, just the kind of just random rotation in the. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but you can kind of tell like he just kind of turns, like randomly, he's kind of just turns. Also, they Jesus Christ, this is exaggerated. I do like that they're doing this though. Like he gets pulled by the webs. Like I like that. I like this. This is like Tasm esque without the physics. Like the whole script that they had to make the ballistics. I do like this though. See, no, yeah. Also, this. No, this ain't bad. I just if you went bosh like into the side of a car, I don't know if you would just this. It's okay. I think it's kind of this, but I feel like you kind of lose. See this? Okay, that's it right there. So Spider-Man is swinging on a web. Actually, he okay from the behind the scenes. The stuff in Glasgow. I think he was actually on the tank in this scene right now. But the thing that I keep seeing is that they don't get the weight, like the force between something like, buddy, like he's getting hit by a tank right here. So he's just like experienced like being exploded. He collides with the side of this SUV, and he kind of like you see that like you get what I'm saying in that little bit. So we get this like boom, like a hits into the side, but then he has like a really soft land. Like he lands kind of like bang. You get me? Anyone like tell me if you also see it. Like if you watch you see, like he just lands too soft. Like it'd be cool to see. Like obviously we're seeing Spider-Man take these hits, like these really big hits, but then I feel like they kind of opt out at the very end. It's. I don't know if I'm deep in it too much, but I could be deep in this too much. This could be like I don't know, like not even the final pass of this animation. It could be completely different. Um, but I don't know. Like it's not. I'm trying not to sound arrogant when I say this, but it's not very difficult to show that force of landing on the ground with such like momentum and force and like weight. Like this guy, like we see, it's just the comparison between bang to that. Like he kind of just like we kind of lose the oomph of this animation, this weight. We don't see it. It kind of gets lost. Don't mind that. That's obviously not a finished plate. This is definitely not a finished plate, bro. I am so surprised. I haven't seen many people mention this. That web. That is. It's obviously not. It's clearly not finished. Clearly not finished. But I'm not gonna hate obviously because this had to get released. Like rather quickly. I don't know. Like even like that in a sense. But again, I don't know what is his what makes him go this way because you would expect if he's like he could be swinging from this way from this arm, but he wouldn't. Would he be rotated this way? Because he's kind of like this with an arm kind of like that. You'd expect him to kind of be more like this, and then maybe he lets go. See, it's like a. But if he's like this and he's like swinging back, you'd expect him to web like this and then spin around that way. I don't know. Let's just let me just frame by frame it again. See, because he webs with the back. I'm just trying to see what is, you know, what makes him hit this pose. He just goes whoop. I don't know. Again, though, this trailer was released like rather early because this is just after the this is just after the leak, so I don't want to critique this specific trailer too hard because obviously this kind of released because they it kind of leaked. So does that get specific? I can't remember what though. Oh yeah, this. I hate this camera angle. Well, hate's a strong word. I don't like this camera angle. I don't know. I feel like it's too empty. There's so much negative space around Spider-Man. Like I prefer cameras like again, this is just complete preference now. But I feel like when you watch Spider-Man, it's not the same as like, being with Spider-Man, which is like see like this shot, I prefer this where the camera's attached. I wouldn't say attached, but it's kind of like on the same track as Spider-Man, so we're kind of trying to keep up with them. I prefer that. I like that. I don't remember if there's any more like specific CG stuff in this anymore. Oh no, yeah, there is. Oh yeah, this. I do like this scene. I do like this scene. I don't remember if there's anything particularly negative about it though. Yeah, I kind of like that. Like obviously he's supposed to be like colliding with that kind of pipe or the this thing, this thing over here. He kind of like he's supposed to like kick his feet into it, which like rotates him. Um, oof. I don't know about that though. This right arm. I don't know about this. Because when he rotates, you just kind of have this like. So yeah, I don't know about some of the poses. Yeah, because you have this like pose. This looks like it's supposed to kind of like, tuck underneath him to roll him through this kind of turn, but it doesn't. He kind of just like stops, and then we get this kind of like, you know, it doesn't look like it's animated. You know what I mean? But then he actually follows through with this and pushes it off of it. But then, okay, okay, he doesn't collide with this. He doesn't collide with like the pipe. He collides with a box. But then again, like, okay, hold on. Let me just watch this. Like, okay, there's something. There is something with that role. There always has been something with this role. I don't know if he stays up too long and he's supposed to like Jesus. Apologies about that. There's something here. Like I feel like he stays elevated for too long. I don't know. Fine. Okay. 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 Some of these shots are like, obviously like comic panel recreations, which I have no problem with. They're kind of nice. This is not real. This is not a real shot. That this is in the prison. That if that is not in the movie, this environment definitely it can't be in the film. This is definitely just in the prison. It, yeah, there's, you know, correct me if I'm wrong. If the movie comes out and this is a real shot, then I just don't think it is. I really don't. No, no, this is the prison. This is inside the prison. No, it's inside the prison. Right now, with the trailer 2 improves a lot. Honestly, I was really happy with the CG in trailer 2. If it wants to play, hello, hello. There we go. I'm not gonna play the audio, so like the stream doesn't die. Whoa. Oh no way. Was that like a? Hold on. Something happens there. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I like this. This is fine. He's dead. That's death. That is instant death. Bro, this is death. He has no helmet on. This is just a guy. Bosh. Dead. Yep, dead. That's yep. He's dead. He's dead. No, yeah, that's not the problem. That's not what I was referring to. Like, and he like hits the lights. That's fine. It was here. It was like, I don't know. It was the camera. I think the camera like kind of stops and then starts again. I don't know. It was. It was after. It was after though. I do really like. Oh, these scenes look really nice though. Yeah, I do really like some of these scenes. I'm really looking forward for this film. Oh yeah, there's one thing I've noticed a lot through like people's like models. He always has like a square, you know. I'm too used to looking over here. It's there's like this ice cube syndrome that I see a lot. Like I'm pretty sure if I grab this guy and if I do this, we get we get it. We get ice cube syndrome. But yeah. Sorry about that. But yeah, a lot of the times in the oh, the new suit's amazing. I love the new suit. It's oh, it's the best. Ah, yeah, there's some of this I just love. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this is nice. There's another part too where he does like a cool swing. Oh yeah, I can't wait. I need the Hulk. Oh yeah, that. It's that scene. This reminds me of Tasm so much. See, oh, but it's just I don't know. I feel like some poses or like animations just don't feel right. You know when it like when you think of Spider-Man and like the way he holds a web, like with this, obviously that pose is fine, this pose is fine, this pose is fine, but then like his shoulder, like kind of like now he just kind of looks like this with this, like how do I explain this? I can't physically do this, but it's like the shoulder control is like kind of like down, but the arm's still up, kind of thing. So you can kind of see it there. There's like this like kind of square space in between the neck space and then the bicep. It's kind of like no, I'm not gonna exaggerate it, but I'm just gonna like it's not the deforms either. It's kind of just like no, it's not that. There's like more of a space. You've got him like kind of holding on like this, but then obviously they've got him like slanted. No, I don't even want to bother trying to recreate the pose. I just want to do the shoulder. But it's kind of like this. You know what I mean? It's like that. There's like a kind of like this. Don't mind this. It's like this specific part. Like when we go back. Like you see what I mean? It's like it should be more like if you lift your arm up like this, you can see how much like space there is between your neck and your shoulder. So I don't know. I don't know. You know what I mean? Let me just revert this back because I did like the pose I had before. Okay. But I do like this animation though. This animation's really nice. Like it's been a while since we've seen like such like dynamic swinging from Spider-Man. Oh yeah. Oh, this shot. Oh, I love this shot. I can't wait to see that. Yes. Just inject this film into me. Please. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Do the thing. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The Houdini artists are crying at this scene. Imagine being a effects artist at like ImageWorks and like the director comes and says, "So there's a scene in the prison, and Spider-Man does like this cool like web tornado, a web tornado." Oh, jeez. Oh, it's so cool though. It is so cool. Also, this. I really like this. Oh, oh, I can't wait. It's gonna be so good. Actually, it's gonna be so good. Any tutorials to help with realism? Okay. The big the what's it called? The main thing with realism is reference. If you want something to be realistic, like real life, your best bet is to use reference of real people for realism. And using like a workflow like such as like blocking out, which is like, you take all of this. See in Maya, I don't block out the regular way, I just use like a the enable step preview, which is basically like let's say I move to this frame and go, oh, let's move this. Now this isn't gonna move like a spline. You see that? Like between these three frames it only moves when the key it's where the keys are, that's stepped preview. But then if I do this, see, you got that nice interpolated frame. But yeah, realism takes longer because the human eye, we kind of you know we tend to spot things that aren't real, like the Polar Express and stuff like that, like the uncanny valley, that kind of thing. We are really good at finding that kind of stuff, which is why realism is a lot more difficult. But when it comes to like realistic animation, a lot of the people like use motion capture. Motion capture is really good too. Motion capture cleanup, which is something I need to get into, is like motion capture cleanup. Right now, I'm just trying to find something for Spider-Man to do. I might just have him like whip at the camera. That could be kind of cool, to be fair. Right, I just need to figure out which this is his dominant leaning. If I have Spider-Man like walk forward, lean back, and then once he presses down, he like puts all his weight on that foot to throw his arm forward. You could do like yeah. This is literally what it is. There's no like secret sauce. It's just like you gotta sit in a room and kind of think about how you want him to move. Like, what is? How can we make Spider-Man move differently today? Is there? Hold on. Is there a controller for this? I don't think so. No. Actually, hold on. Is there like a curl? I don't think there's a no. There's no controller for like the. Okay, it's fine. That's fine. It's okay. Because I was gonna try and curl the hands, and you know the way you've got like this bone that kind of like does this when you like make a fist. It like kind of curls. It's fine though. Yeah, that's true. In the TASM 2 breakdowns, they did use He did use reference a lot of the stuntmen. Yep. Um, I've got a lot of those videos like downloaded too. I was like, study ref. They're really good. Anyone that like wants to like learn that kind of thing, it's a really good, you know, way to get information, especially for like how to do realistic stuff. I think right now I'm gonna change the music because this one specific theme is really annoying now. I'm just gonna try and play the. You know what? We've come so far. I'm just gonna get the PS4 theme and just play it. It's fine. Ah, see, we like that. No, I don't ever want to raise this hand up more. Or maybe raise it down. So you want him to do this. He steps forward. But I want him to kind of be reserved for a bit and then he kind of steps forward and then like turn it down just a slight bit. Okay, there we go. Right, so I'm gonna reserve him just like kind of like a slight bit. See, now if I bring this over like here. Hold on, YouTube kind of disappeared. Now this is a motion trail. This shows like the motion of Spider-Man's like trajectory. This is a private rig as far as I know. I don't know if it's gotten publicly released. See what it is. I was making this weird arc now, so I just need to like, because it kind of comes here. Okay. I'm gonna have them like, kind of jump forward a bit. And then obviously we're gonna fix this arc right here. You kind of see like nice and smooth, and then whoop, we're gonna fix that. This is why we do this pass. This is like a first pass, so like I wouldn't worry about it too much. And this is why we have a thing called the graph editor. Now the graph editor might look scary and like, oh, but like it's your best friend. Right. All you gotta do is just kind of learn how to use it. Yeah, see like this. Now we're getting this nice motion now. Reserves himself and then whoop. So we get that nice like step and then kind of pressure release. So like I can actually raise that up just a little bit. Maybe raise just a little bit more. Okay, now I have a feeling that this is too much now. Yeah, it's too high up now. Either that or he's not like forward enough anymore. Yeah, honestly, don't worry about the graph editor. It's literally your best friend. Like, see this? This is literally just like different. You got all this. What you've got a hold of right now. This basically just controls its, the translations and the rotations and the scales and stuff. Obviously. Now if I do this, can you see this? If I zoom in on this motion, I'm used to looking over this. Sorry. If you look at this motion path, right? If I edit this, do you see that? Right. So this is him moving up and down. You can see the motion path getting affected by this. All the graph editor is, it controls how fast something like eases in and eases out, how fast something, if you want to like have like a fist that go like this, graph editors really good for that. You can also make it go like that and snap. You have like snapping version. Like if I do, so you got your break, unify, non-weighted, weighted. So if you go like break and then I just do this, you can see that now. Like dink, a really sharp curve. But don't, it might look scary, but if you give it time and you spend enough time exposing yourself to it and learning about it, how to use it, honestly, it is your best friend. It is really, really something you should learn, honestly. Now, I'm just going to clean this up because we can make this look a lot cleaner. See, like this right here. Yeah, see that now? We have like a kind of like a kink. Which is this. Yeah, see? Might not even need this. Even this one might not even need that. Okay, I've got a feeling that this is looping the same song. Yeah, it's like 30 minutes long. Can we skip, please? Oh, this song's. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Don't mind like the random flashes, it's just me switching tabs. Hmm. Yeah, but now I need to test out like fast as like. Okay, well, that needs to be a lot faster. Now, I just need to figure out how to squish these because I forget how to do this. But I need to bring these a lot closer together. This feels like. I'm doing pretty good, you know, I'm doing pretty good. Yourself, how are you? How are you today? I need to bring these closer. I need to get that, like, you want to get that momentum, like like he's throwing his arm out. That's the whole goal. Yeah, so now bye. Yeah, he's always like got this like kind of like, you know, and like fear pose. He does it a lot of like Far From Home. Okay, I need to make sure this has got like the plant foot. Yeah, I don't want it to raise too much, otherwise it's like. I'm pretty sure it is this controller that controls. Yep. Okay, cool. And then if I just. I do have projects, yep. I do have some projects in line, but I am not at liberty to talk about them. I don't want to spoil too much. Because I feel like I'll talk briefly about it, and then I'll kind of get into it. Yeah, this should kind of lift before his foot rises. See, I'm doing this without ref. This is like a movement which is like more real, so you know, we're kind of freeballing it. Okay. Yeah, we see this. Could I do a sneak? I actually probably could do the sneak. You're not gonna see it anyway, but it's like the principle. Yeah, so you know we kind of get this like. Okay, I need to raise this foot just a little bit. I see this. It's kind of like a. Yeah, we're gonna raise this up a little bit more. Maybe do this. Let me just. See this? Yeah. Okay. Okay. I got it. I get it. I get it. That's what I don't want. Okay. Yeah. 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 Okay. Okay. I got it. Okay. You see this? You see the way like it's kind of bending already as if it's colliding with the floor. Don't do that. Yeah. We don't want to do that. Yeah. We kind of want to. And don't do too much. Otherwise, it might look weird. Actually, let me just. Okay. Like rotate this. Okay, that's fine. See, because he's gonna push off this foot later, so we want to like. Okay. Not that one. It's this one. Yep. Okay, and then. But then beforehand, we can just. Is that the right one? Yeah. No, we don't even need to do that. I'm just trying to like make it look as like normal as possible, like natural. You know what I mean? And then if he's gonna be shifting weight now, so if he will most likely shift like no, since that leg is raising up, it will be this. But I don't want to like convey it too much. Because now it's going to be shifting onto this leg. Right now, this is just me like kind of like trying to test out the, you know, the weight transfer. You know what? I'm going to see if moving the camera back could be a good thing. I really need to get new drivers. Because I feel like seeing the actual like feet move or like, you know. Okay, let me just take this top half pose. See like this whole pose here. I just want to just grab the entire thing. We can't do this one. We can't do this one. We don't want to touch this one. Okay, so what we want to do, we're going to have three poses. So there's going to be a middle one, which is going to be there. And then one here. So this is the one I'm going to pose up for now. See, but okay, we're going to use, we need to rotate now. See, because he's going to be rotated. He's going to be like more like this. But this isn't keyframe, so more like that. See, like that. And then if I now start to do I feel like they should be more forward though. Like at least like here, but then he becomes like a little bit of balance. So I'm probably going to do this and then move him just a lot more forwards. Like here, like here we go. Yep. It's fine. You know what? I'm actually just gonna lower this. I'm gonna lower them down ever so slowly, so it's not like. Ooh, we got some stagnant stuff. Hmm. Yeah. See, this arc. I feel like this is too aggressive now. Since he's not moving forward so much, you're gonna lose the force. Yeah. This is something I should have accounted for it in the beginning. See, okay, this kind of thing happens, but it's fine. Honestly, it's like something you gotta get used to. I mean, if you plan correctly, you probably won't have to worry about it. Can I change this like that? Yes, I can. Oh yes, because now No, let me select these keyframes. See this now, the head's global. It follows the world rotation now. It says a local rotation, so yeah, okay. Oh, that's gonna become a problem. So let's see if I now rotate this. Again, I want to lift this up more. Just inside the geometry. See, but then I want to make this, if this, you know, maybe have them like a little bit lower. See, it's just a bit soft. It's just a bit soft right now. You know what I might just do? Could restart. See, but this is what the graph editor's for. That's just a bad. It's like a bad habit I've got. If it doesn't kind of go right, I can't just restart. Okay, okay. Now this is just me testing it out. This might not even be correct, so. Because I don't want to make his feet look like they're kind of sliding around too much. Yeah, see, now there's 2 feet that are coming off the ground. I don't want to do that too much. Although, thank you. You too. Hello. It's only Spider-Man animations this stream. Next stream, I want to try and do some, like facial animations or acting shots. I kind of want to do some of that. Kind of switch it up a bit. That's a really linear line. Let me go on the graph as this. That's quite linear. Okay. Yeah, this web's gonna be a little bit limp, but it's fine, I guess. Let me switch the song again. These songs last so long. Okay, this is fine. Oh, you need to get bone rolls. Which means I'm gonna have to rotate this. Please don't break. Oh, oh, you get really skinny. Okay, maybe we don't want to. Trying to make this kind of look like a natural pose. Oh, the ease. Also, I thought I'd ask, because everyone's here now. I was gonna make more actual videos on the channel, but of what I would like to know. Like, I want to know what you want to see. You know what I mean? I don't want to just like make videos and like you guys don't really be interested in them. I prefer you want to like, I prefer you tell me what you would like appreciate or like, something you would benefit from seeing, like, if it's like tutorials or something or, you know, that kind of thing. Because I prefer to make content that's purposeful rather than filler. You know what I mean? Something that's not like just something you would benefit from. I really want to make this scared pose now where it's like, oh. I'm gonna change his eye line. Whoop, whoop. Really, his eye line should be like over there. If he's webbing there. Okay, maybe not. Maybe more like there. Let me fix the. See, the only downside now is the animation's slow. The animation's slow, so there's no force behind it. I really just might start. I might start all over again. I actually might start all over again. I really don't like this now. You know what? We're taking it back. We're taking it back. I know. I know. We're taking it back. Goodbye animation. It's gone now. Aside from. Oh. Hello? Is that all she wrote? That is not. Now, if I did this in the industry, I probably would get like slaughtered. Okay, now I'm gonna try and do stepped. Right, so step back. Yeah, but honestly, I kind of find it. Sometimes I find it actually fun to restart in a way. Like it makes me think of like what went wrong, how to fix it this time around. Okay, stop it. Stop it. Am I click on the right controller? Probably not. What about this one? These. God, my fingers are locking up. Right. Okay. Right. So we're gonna face this. See this? This follow. I'm gonna change this to not follow the knee position. Now I can just manually animate this. There we go. We have something off key. See, but now we need to make sure that he's on the right ways. I just literally switched that. Okay, see, we're actually making better progress now. The blocking. I don't want to lose this though, just yet. Because it's like. Do feel like you kind of lose the arm though. Oh, this heat. It's like really warm in the UK right now. And I'm in a room with no like air conditioning, so. Shoot lights and color grades. I'm gonna be so honest. I don't do any of it. I do none of it. So I am no use of helping you right there. Sorry. When it comes to my animations, a lot of them, all rendered by other people. I hardly ever render my own stuff because I don't know to do it, how to make it look nice. Like, sorry, I completely stopped talking. Apologies. Um, but yeah. um, like when it comes to my animations, again, I don't grade them. I don't render them only because I don't know how to. I would like to know how to myself, but I don't have the computing power to do so or the knowledge currently on how to make them look, how other people might know how to. You know what I mean? I don't even know if that was correct English or not, but you know, I mean, I don't know how to polish them and make them look clean, which is why I try and collaborate with like other talented artists who are better than I am to do so. Because there's no harm, in collaborating with some really talented people. That could be good. Reviewing followers' animations, give them like, I think I wouldn't want to rate them. I feel like giving them notes and stuff, would be better rather than rating them because you know I think it would be a lot better to do it that way rather than rate them out of like 10 or something like that. If I instead give them like notes on how to or how they could improve, I think that's a lot more beneficial than a rating, in my personal opinion. Okay, no, I need to count. Okay, so frame 17. See, everything's gonna move on the same frame, but that's what the graph editor's for, and we can retime stuff. I say retime, but it's more like we can. I wouldn't say retime it. It's more we can. How do I say this? I wouldn't say we retime it. Improve it? That's not the right thing I was doing. Brand New Day is gonna be so good. I'll be honest though. Then again, ranking as well. Like I feel like if I ranked an animation or people's like more than one person's animation, it could bring like down their morale. I'd prefer if it was just like purely critiquing in a you know a like a more manner of learning in a sense. You know what I mean? Instead of ranking something, because if someone like has an animation and they get ranked like low, that could make them feel like I wouldn't do it that way. I wouldn't do it that way. I think people would get more out of if they got to see what could make it improved rather than whose is better. You know what I'm getting at. Otherwise, you're gonna have people who are kind of like, if it's ranked, they might feel a bit sad. You know what I mean? And we don't want to do that. We want to help people improve, not make them feel sad. Yeah, that's good. Emulating styles is kind of nice. I tried back when I was first starting out. I really tried to like emulate like the TASM style. Obviously, it's not. It wasn't easy. It still isn't easy because of how much like technical stuff that they had on the production. This is gonna look horrendous when it's blind. That's good. Um, that actually is quite nice. I'll be quite honest. I do like that. The way you go about doing that. That's really nice. Okay, this I don't like that. This goes down. This is Zinto's private rig, yes. Okay. See, I'm getting this like nice effect now. Like he's gonna like fling his arm forward. That's gonna look. If I do this correct, which I hope I do, it could look really nice. Let's move this forward. Actually, it'd be nice if he kind of pushes the arm out, like. Maybe instead of this, I could do this. See, now we've got a lot more of a readable pose. Like, the other one wasn't as readable as this one is. Right here, I actually could just like. Oh yeah. I need to remember where I'm placing keyframes though. Again, I say that as I placed them in the wrong place. I could also just delay this even further. I really am dreading seeing this in the spline. He jolts forward. He just jolt forwards here. If I move this back. Hang on. Trial and error. So yeah, we'll even put him this forward. Or this forward. Right, this is going to be horrendous in Spline. I don't want to... I'm really not looking forward to seeing this in Spline. So yeah, I think this fourth could be too far forwards. No, can I be off-center, isn't he? FK spine, yeah, it is an FK spine. I'm too used to FK spines. I really need to fix this though. To be like, oh yeah, this posing's so nice. So yeah, it needs to be. This needs to be like head of this. Yes. See, now this pose just looks really weak. The rig's pretty good. I think the only thing where I'm seeing an issue is kind of just this. You kind of lose. See that? Like if I was to turn this like this, you kind of lose. You know, kind of just starts to cave in on itself a little bit. Maybe. See, I don't know how you did it. I don't know if there's a bone roll here. Like there's it's worse, and then this is like half. If you know what I'm saying, this with like less words, but like this rotation for this bone is like half of this one, and then another half of this one. Oh, fair enough. Oh, whoop whoop. Let's see, now let me just see if I can make this just follow. Oh, that's kind of killing itself. Oh. See, I don't want to like break him. know what I could just do? I could just cheat it. Oh, this is gonna be dreadful. Ah, it's not bad. It's not bad. It just needs cleanup. Because we have that actual force now of like the you know of them pressing through. Um. Also, literally just don't mind the legs. Honestly, I just need to find really good reference for that. Because honestly, doing this without ref is not a good choice. Oh, I mean, there's a few online. I wouldn't say like there's movie rigs or like movie style rigs, but there's a few good Spider-Man rigs that are available. Like, I would say like I was gonna say Gumroad, but Gumroad's kind of there's a whole situation going on with Gumroads. I will a sec. No, so it's not that. It's not that. It's let me put it in like its default pose. Hang on. 'Cause I can't remember. Is it this that gets rotated? Okay, it might be that. I might just be rotating the wrong thing because I don't know how you're doing the bone situation. I don't know like what pivots which. I haven't really tested it out. This is literally just the test. So usually, what when I ever Jesus, whenever I get like a different rig, usually this influences the turn of the forearm. So you see the way? Okay, okay. I know what you've done here. Okay, so that yeah. Okay, that's fine. I know what it is. Cause I'm kind of used to rigs that rotate with this, and that influences that. So kind of like that without the, you know, without that. I really want to. You know what? You know later. We should try and do what's it called? A acting shot. That's it. Sorry. It'd be cool to try and get like some practice in for one of those. See, I don't want to like overextend the shoulders too much because if I do that, it's just yeah, it's just gonna look really weird. And then he's moving to the left too much. I'm gonna have to change that. That could be actually quite good, quite a good challenge if you do that. Um, actually, some good reference that you could use is obviously the Andrew Garfield one, but the featurette with Frank Castle, obviously the Punisher. But it could be cool if you use that as a reference. So I don't want this to rotate straight away. It feels like it's going and rotates. Oh, my neck. Yeah, I don't want it to like. I prefer just kind of stay in the same pose. To be fair, kind of like that. I feel like that would be cleaner. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like his hand's too floppy now. Just for some visual style, we're gonna kind of missing music. Oh, it's just really low. I'm gonna have him go. See, but now he looks like he's got like that, you know, the shoulder from Superman where it's like all dislocated. It kind of looks like that. Maybe I'm just relaxing it too much. Let me like revert it back to the OG position. Maybe the arms are too rotated. I haven't. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, this is Maya today. Because I had a few people who wanted to see some Maya. So I thought, if I'm going to do a stream today, I might as well just do Maya, just for the people who want to see something. Alright, we're gonna like turn this into a fist now. Oh my god, there's another Gabriel in the chat. Oh yeah. How's it going? How's it looking? I wish I could just like. Oh no, never mind. I actually can. Let me just grab all of this and look over this. Because we're gonna use this mirror tool. We're gonna select, and this is right to left. Boom. Now this pose is mirrored. Actually, probably shouldn't do that just yet. okay, okay. Does I need to like pose this hand like kind of like this, maybe? I think it's pretty okay. It's okay. It needs refining, obviously. It needs refining. But honestly, I think I'm gonna call out today's stream. It's been like 2 hours and almost 2 hours and 14 minutes, and it is really hot in this room. So I don't know if you can literally see it. I think I'm like, like visually like sweating, but I'm gonna call this today's stream. Throughout the week, um, drop some comments on this stream. Like, give me some like ideas you want to know for the next stream, something you want to see, and we will go over it in next Friday's stream. It should be fun. But I do plan on making longer streams. But obviously making some topics. I need to kind of make some topics up, so some help. I'd appreciate the help. So, yeah, drop some comments in to say today's live stream, and yeah, we'll go over them in the next stream. Kind of like the brand new day in the intro of the stream, something like that. I do enjoy doing that kind of stuff. But yeah, I hope everyone's having like a nice night or a nice evening, day. Yeah, thank you guys for